Palumbo here with an RX Muscle news update. The 2021 IFBB Indy Pro has finally happened. We've been waiting for how many months now? Till May for the first IFBB Pro Opens men's show to take place. The Indy Pro launched the season this year in spectacular fashion. Prejudging just let out. Justin Rodriguez looking like the front runner here, looking really amazing in this lineup. We got some video I want to show you from the show. Not the maybe the best quality, but you can see here Justin Rodriguez in the middle, Dorian Haywood to his right, and a new star in the making. I am sure of this, in the way of Mohammed El Mamam on the left of Justin. Some freaky muscle he's got. Look at those calves and legs. Great looking group up there, and I think we're going to see a lot from these guys. Now, Justin Rodriguez was my pre-show favorite going into this. I said, you know what? There's no way this guy could lose because he's got balance. He's nailed his conditioning. He knows how to get in shape now. You know, people were talking about Blessing Awodibu, and we'll talk about him in a minute. And I just, you know, I didn't see enough star power in this lineup for anyone really to unseat Justin. I mean, Justin has earned his stripes over the last couple of years. He's really come into his own. And, you know, when you have that behind you, I mean, and that stage experience, it's hard, really hard to overcome that. I mean, it just is. And, you know, let's take a look at Justin Rodriguez for a minute. We'll pull some footage of him posing. And you'll see what I'm talking about because he's got all the bells and whistles you want in a guy who's going to win a show, and he's got balance, and he's got conditioning, and he's got stage presence, and that's what you want. He reminds me, and I've said this before in years past. He really reminds me of a Victor Martinez in the sense that, you know, and I don't think he's coming to his own where he's actually as good as Victor right yet, but he will be if he continues on this path. He's got his legs have come up tremendously. He's got good showy body parts. But if you look at him, you can't really say one body part's better than the others. Everything goes together. In the last couple of years, the knock against him was legs. I really believe his legs are pretty on par with his upper body now. He's got glutes and hamstrings, you know, what we look for in terms of conditioning from behind. He's got a good back. Is there any body part that's absolutely outstanding that sticks out beyond any others? No, but it doesn't matter. That you don't want that. You know, we want balance. We want the muscles to all mesh together in an aesthetic way, and that's, you know, that's what it comes down to, and that's why Justin is going to win this show. Now, there's the other guy who really impressed me in the lineup, and while he doesn't have the best structure up there, he's a super freak for sure. Morgan Aste. How could you not like to watch this guy up on the stage? Let me see if I can pull his footage up here. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Yep, there he is. Okay, so Morgan Aste is a freak. This guy is a legitimate 300 pounds. Not 299. He's 300 pounds. He's 6'3". Chris Aceto trains him. And Chris says, I'm up to his chest when I stand next to him. He's a tall guy. Very rarely do you see tall guys with legs that good. Now, you know, from the side and from the back, he's you know, he looks like, you know, the champ. He's almost unbeatable, you know, because of his mass and his conditioning. From the front, structurally, he's not as good as a Justin Rodriguez, obviously. I actually would have had him higher in this line. I would have had him beating Justin. I would have Dorian Haywood, because I think Dorian is looking a little on the softer side. And you know, Mohammed El Imam, you know, I'd like to see him next to him. They didn't really put them next to each other, but I like Morgan here. You know, just for the freak factor, he's got the conditioning, he's got the mass. You know, how he's going to continue placing, I don't know. But I think this was a good outing for him. I think he finally showed up with enough muscle balance between upper and lower body with the conditioning he needs that, you know, he can be considered a legitimate guy. And I told Chris, and Chris and I have said this before, he's like a Martin Kellstrom. Okay, very similar, look, except he's got better. I think he's got a better structure, and but he's got that freak factor. When Martin first came out on the scene when he was younger, they remind me of each other. Both tall guys with a lot of mass on their bodies, and but look, the name of the day was Justin Rodriguez, and you can't take it away from him. The guy is spectacular. He really is impressive looking, and when you look for someone who to win a show, you look for guys that have wow factor, and that's what he's got. He's got the wow, and I think a lot of people should really take this guy seriously going into the Olympia, because I think he's a dangerous guy. Now, let's see if we can take a look at Dorian Haywood versus. Hold on a second. That's not the one I wanted. I want to see Dorian. I wanted to show you some. Let's look at Blessing Awodibu, since a lot of people have been asking about him. Let's go over. So here's Blessing against Dorian Haywood, and Blessing's in good shape. He conditioning wise, he's in shape. I think he just doesn't have enough mass in the right places. His legs are a little on the weak side, which we knew. Okay, there was no doubt about that. He's got the good delts and arms and pecs. His back is could be a little better. I think he needs more mass on his back. It's a little on the shallow side, because Dorian Haywood is even is looking. You can see the thickness in his back. Obviously, Blessing's got the beautiful the V taper, but Dorian's got more muscle, and Dorian's got more muscle on his hamstrings, and his legs just look complete. And I think that Blessing has still got work to do. But you know what? He is a potential very dangerous guy in the future. He's just a work in progress. Remember when Kai Green first hit the scene and started really making a difference? It took him a while to become the Kai Green we know. He was a smaller version, and that's it reminds me of a Blessing Awodibu. So if Blessing brings his body parts up, over the course of the next 2-3 years, we're going to see him in that top echelon of elite level bodybuilders. Congratulations to Dorian. He's going to place top 3 here. I think he'll probably take third with Muhammad Al-Imam in that second position. So great Indy Pro prejudging. Obviously, we don't know when anyone's going to place. I'm speculating here, but we will find out obviously later tonight. Hopefully, the live stream will be fixed and we'll all get to watch it. And good luck to all the competitors. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.